Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Hit that like and subscribe button. Round of applause for Lamont Peterson. Because Lamont Peterson just vacated his fake WBA championship and he's negotiating with Errol Spence to fight him in December or January for his IBF championship. Now, we all know that Errol Spence is having trouble finding people to step up and fight him, and we have to commend Lamont Peterson for taking this fight, for at least negotiating with Spence for a fight later this year or early next year. Now, something I don't understand is, well, why did he vacate the WBA regular championship when he could have potentially fought Keith Thurman? I mean, at least that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the WBA might force Keith Thurman to fight Lamont Peterson so they could consolidate their titles. Because, you know, the WBA's got all these belts and all these weight divisions, and they've been trying to consolidate their championships for, what, going on 2 years now, right? So I thought that would have been a lock for Lamont Peterson, and I would think that he would have stood more, or at least stood a chance to make more money against Keith Thurman. And I don't know, maybe it would have been I don't know. I just think that would have been a smarter move for him at least. But he's opted to drop the belt and fight Errol Spence, or negotiate with Spence. I don't think Lamont Peterson could beat Errol Spence, to be honest. I mean, you know, Lamont Peterson, okay, so Peterson can box a little bit. He's got some good boxing ability. I can envision him on the back foot all night, moving around a lot, being slick. I don't foresee him fighting Spence in that phone booth, though, man. You know, Lamont Peterson is an excellent body puncher, but, you know, he don't want to trade blows with Spence like that. And, you know, Lamont Peterson only fought once this year. He fought once last year. Last fight was against David Avanesian, I believe, right? That was for the WBA regular title. And he beat him. I think it was a 12-round decision. It wasn't a very impressive victory, but we know Lamont Peterson doesn't have the power to keep Errol Spence off of him. So I just don't see him winning the fight. But we'll see how Errol Spence looks in comparison to Danny Garcia, because Danny Garcia won a debatable fight against Lamont Peterson, what was it, 2-3 years ago? You know, a lot of people said Lamont Peterson won that fight. He did outbox Danny. He kind of wasted the first part of the fight, you know, running from Danny. I can envision him fighting Spence like that, but it's only a matter of time before, you know, that body gets broke down and Lamont Peterson's laying on the canvas, sunny side up, man. Real talk. But I got to give Lamont Peterson respect for wanting to take this fight. It's crazy, though, because during before Errol Spence even had the IBF championship, you know, he was fighting in the eliminators, and that fight was presented to Lamont Peterson, and he declined to take the fight. So did David Avanesian. He declined the fight as well. There were a lot of people that declined to fight with Spence, but I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know how much Lamont Peterson stands to make from this fight, but it's a very dangerous fight for him, especially considering the fact that he's been very inactive the last couple of years. I think Lamont Peterson's, what, 30, 33 years old? He's older than Spence. I don't know, man. I don't know what the end game here is. You know, boxing is a business, right? First and foremost. So I don't know how this makes more sense than fighting Keith Thurman or putting himself in position to fight Keith Thurman. But luckily, that frees up Keith Thurman in a way, right? Because it's one less person that he could potentially have to fight. And I'm assuming they're going to upgrade Keith Thurman to the super champion through the WBA. But I don't know. It's an interesting matchup. It should be an interesting fight for first few rounds. But, I mean, it's going to be man down, I think. Has Lamont Peterson been stopped before? I don't recall if Lamont Peterson's ever been... Did he get stopped? Refresh my memory, guys. I didn't look it up, but I think Lamont Peterson's been stopped before. I don't know who... I'm not sure who stopped him, though. Peterson got, what, 2 losses, right? I know Danny Danny Garcia. Who the hell did Lamont Peterson lose to? He robbed Amir Khan. I remember that. I don't know who Lamont Peterson lost to. Was it, damn. Let me know who Lamont Peterson lost to. And did he get stopped? Refresh my memory. Y'all have to excuse me because I didn't check his box record. I'm really drawing a blank on this. But, I mean, Lamont Peterson's a good boxer. I mean, somebody had to step up and fight Spence, right? It's just a shame that Lamont Peterson got to get knocked out, you know? I actually like Lamont Peterson. I had him beating Danny Garcia, too, a few years back when they fought. And, again, that fight with David Avanesian was kind of whack. And, you know, he got that fake WBA championship. But he vacated. That's what's up. You don't see any of your other favorite fighters vacating their belts. You don't see none of your favorite fighters stepping up to fight when they don't got nothing scheduled, like Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. Nah, they chose to go fight bums. Yeah, I mean, the welterweight division, man, it's just, again, like I said in my last video, it's sad what's going on in the welterweight division, man. These dudes don't want to fight each other. They out for the money grab. You know, they fighting one time a year. I don't respect that, man. I know we supposed to respect these dudes because they risk their lives. They put their lives on the line in the ring, but they're not giving me enough. They're not giving the fans enough. They're not fighting enough. We're not seeing these dudes enough on TV. But yet these dudes are still making $1 million, $2 million to fight bums. And, you know, that in turn makes it more difficult for them to want to, you know, take a step up fight, take a challenge when they getting paid the same money to fight bums. And they want to up their price and negotiations become tough. You know, I talk a lot of shit about Keith Thurman, but I guess I got to commend him for fighting Danny Garcia and Sean Porter. You know, because nobody else is really stepping up. I mean, Kell Brooks stepped up to fight Errol Spence. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, they are trading wins right now. You know what I'm saying? Dudes are trading. Maybe I'm a little too hard on them, man, because they are trading wins at 147, man. Keith Thurman and Errol Spence are the only two top dogs at 147 that are undefeated. If you want to add Terrence Crawford into the mix, that's cool. But yeah, I guess they're kind of fighting each other slowly but surely, man. But I mean, at the same time, I see Sean Porter taking an Adrian Granados fight. I see Danny Garcia fighting Brandon Rios. Like, I don't like fights where I know what the outcome's gonna be. For the most part, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like fights when I know what the outcome is gonna be. Yeah, I know what the outcome of Spence, Lamont Peterson is gonna be, but I mean, we've tried. I mean, they've tried to get Danny Garcia in. He's been trying to get fights, man. Y'all be hating though. I don't understand. Like, he been trying to get dudes in the ring. Nobody want to fight him. So shout out to Lamont Peterson for being that next contestant on the Summer Jam screen. He gonna get his eyes knocked out the back of his head. He gonna get that beard knocked off. He gonna get the waves knocked out his head. He gonna look like he had a perm after the fight. And then afterward, gonna head over to Nepal. Gonna find Keith Thurman ponytail head ass. We're going to fight him on the streets in Nepal, take his WBC, take his WBA championship. Then we're going to head over to Australia. We're going to go find TBE, Jeffrey the Horn. He got a hell of a sting. A hell of a sting. But we're going to take that WBO belt. And then Terrence Crawford won. He can come get it too. He can come get it too. Easy work. Nah, I'm just kidding, but again, shout out to Terrence Crawford. I mean, shout out to Lamont Peterson. My bad. Lamont Peterson about to get that work, though. Real talk, he about to get smashed. He about to get smashed. And then Amir Khan. Yo, is Amir Khan fighting at 160 now? I want to see Amir Khan fight Errol Spence. I want to see Amir Khan fight anybody at 147 with a championship belt. It's about time. Lamont Peterson, the only one that's not running. But we'll watch in a couple of weeks, and I ain't wishing no bad or no harm on Lamont Peterson. In a couple of weeks, watch something crazy like him slipping on a banana peel or something and messing his elbow up or something like that. And then the fight gonna be off. It could happen. I mean, dudes is getting microfractures in their necks from airbags, you know, in car accidents where he's only going 5 miles an hour. And he comes to a complete stop. Taps the car in front of him. Microfracture in my neck. Gotta postpone the fight. Oh, I'm calling out Manny Pacquiao, but I gotta get elbow surgery. I'm gonna go ahead and get this elbow surgery real quick. I'm gonna be out for 2 years. Hitman Boxing about to go get elbow surgery. I'm about to go get surgery, and I can't make no more videos, man. Hitman Boxing, I'm out.